Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Armuti Arasari and I am from 5th semester in UIN Fatmawati Soekarno Bengkulu. Okay, I will explain about history of curriculum in Indonesia.
History of curriculum in Indonesia. Curriculum in Indonesia has many of history. There are history before Independence Day and after Independence Day until now. Story about curriculum after Independence Day is split into three. Those are curriculum and old order curriculum and new order and curriculum Reformation era. There are three curriculum on old order curriculum 1947. Kurikulum 1947, Rencana Pembelajaran 1947. Following Indonesian independence in 1947, Suryadi Suryaningrat, then Minister of Teaching, established a plan for 1947 improvement, which was known as the 1947 curriculum. However, the 1947 curriculum was called Indukper Lehr Plan, meaning lesson plan. The saying curriculum was unfamiliar to Indonesians at the time because it paid attention to dark education. The 1947 curriculum is still influenced by dark education. It does not stress its students to think, but rather to develop their nationalist sense. On this curriculum programming, students to speak both regional and Indonesian language. The curriculum is still very simple because it's only a future learning plan because of the curriculum was being prepared after. Next, curriculum 1952. After Rencana Pembelajaran 1947, in 1952 the curriculum in Indonesia underwent the consumption. The curriculum is more detailed every time subject were then given name. Rencana Pembelajaran terurai 1952. The curriculum is already led to a system national education. The distinguishing and characteristic of curriculum 1952 is that every lesson plan must pay attention to the content of the lesson connected with life. The syllabus lesson indicates by its clear that a teacher is teaching on subject. Subject to the curriculum 1952 that is being presented quite clearly. This curriculum applies the curriculum community oriented, so after completing their education was immediate working. Next, curriculum 1964, the end of the presidential era Soekarno. By 1964, the government returning to perfect the curriculum system in Indonesia. The curriculum is called Rencana Pendidikan 1964. Curriculum 1964 now is the trademark of this curriculum that the government has a desire to people got academic knowledge for developing on the elementary school premise. To speak learning is centered on Pandawardhana program. The 1964 curriculum is a method that calls leadership of the community. Next, curriculum 1968. The curriculum 1968 update from curriculum 1964. That is structural change taking place. The education curriculum from the Pancawardhana to the coaching of Pancasila. So, basic knowledge and competence special. The curriculum 1968 realization of the changing orientation. On it was a pure and refined constitution consequence. Next, Curriculum 1975. Curriculum 1975 is a substitute for the previous curriculum, that is Curriculum 1968, whereas the previous curriculum had not considered things that matter, the factor of government discretion, development in terms of national development. For consideration, the year curriculum is a formed in 1975 as an effort to realize development station below New Order government with a program Pelita and Revelita. Next, Curriculum 1984. Curriculum 1984 carried the May Day approach process as much as the process approach one. The goal structure remains crucial. This curriculum is also often called the Refined 1975 curriculum. The student position is placed as subject is learning from observing things, grouping, discussing, to reporting. In the 1984 curriculum, the government drafting of a curriculum includes a list of key subjects that originally numbered only 8 to 60 core subjects plus an additional program for selected subjects. Next, Curriculum 1994. In the previous curriculum, the Curriculum 1984, the learning process emphasized on a theoretical teaching method of learning by not paying attention to the content of the lesson. This is because of the appropriateness of education at the LPTK. The theory of the teaching process comes first as a result. At the time, a basic thing was established that one of its assignments help develop the curriculum in school. The team consider that the material or content lesson should be given students sufficiently so that the student finishes the lesson at a given period will receive sufficient lesson material. Next, Curriculum 2004. It is better known as curriculum berbasis kompetensi because schools are given that authority to create desired syllabus according to the school needs. Curriculum berbasis kompetensi focuses on developing the ability to perform tasks according to established performance standards, which can enable learners to feel the result of mastery over a particular set of competencies. It is expected the KBK will be able to develop the knowledge, understanding, ability, value, attitude, and interest of learner in order to do something responsibly. Next, Kurikulum Tingkat Satuan Pendidikan or CSP. CSP is a curriculum development strategy to embody innovative, and achieving. FSC is a new paradigm of curriculum development, which gives broad autonomy to each educational unit and society participant in order to promote true potential to teach in school. Autonomy was given so that each school and school unit will have some autonomy in managing resource, funding, and learning resource and managing them according to the needs of others, and be more sensitive to local needs. Next, curriculum 2013. The 2013 curriculum is curriculum berbasis kompetensi that was once spoken in the 2004 curriculum berbasis kompetensi atau CBK, but has not been completed by the insistence to implement 2006 curriculum tingkat satuan pendidikan or KTSP. In addition, the curriculum setting on curriculum 2013 is done as a contrast of the Undang-Undang Nomor 20 Tahun 2003, Law on National Education and President Rule Number 5 Tahun 2010 on the National Middle Term Development Plan. This curriculum includes many competencies and a set of express learning goals, so that the assignment may be observed in the behavior or skill of learner as a criterion of success. Learning activity needs to be direct to help learner master at least a minimum of competence, so they can achieve set goals according to the complete concept of study and the development of talent. Each learner must be allowed to achieve the goal at the individual pace and phase. The main aim of curriculum 2013 is to produce Indonesian people who are productive, creative, innovative, effective through integrated observation of attitude, skill, and knowledge. The last curriculum is Curriculum Merdeka. This 2020 free learning curriculum based on Permendikbud Nomor 3 Tahun 2020 on SN Dikti. Dictating to this era, Nadiem Makarim became the lead author associated with the learning free discourse primarily in college. At Nadiem, the ministry has developed a strategy that will not fall outside the essence of education. The quality of teacher will not be possible to replace technology. Technology is a teacher's aid to enhance their potential and seek out the best driving teacher and ensure that they can become teaching leaders in school throughout Indonesia. As part of the learning restoration effort, the free curriculum